Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Oxy Infernape, and this is the championship for Season 2 of the CPC D League. So, I am very excited for this game. It's already happened for me, but you guys should be excited to watch it because it was a good one. So, I am playing Mayo, who defeated John. I know last week in my video I tried not to spoil it, and I was gonna, sort of build up to it in this video, I guess, and say the guy that won last week was this person, but I don't think either of them have posted their semifinals games, so, I was going to say that, and then, you can check out the battle first if you want, but that's not uploaded, so I just said I'm playing Mayo. So, I'm playing him in the finals. His team's the Kolkata Nightshaders. I think I pronounced it correctly. Hopefully that was close. I don't know. So his team, I'll just read it off right here. He's got Megaladius, Thunderous, I, Mamoswine, Decidueye, Mienshao, Rich Steel, and then last three, Arcanine, Slowbro, and Linoon. So, as I've done the past 2 weeks, I'm putting little marks, little numbers, in the Mount's nickname slot to show the speed stat, then the amount of times he's brought it in the, I think, a total of 12 games. Well, there were 10 regular season games plus the 2 playoffs, but not everyone played all 10, like some people played only 9. So I think this is, no, this is out of 11, because I know, yeah, out of 11, because I know he brought his Megalodius and Thunderous I every game. So, out of 11 games, the number in the brackets is the amount that he's brought that Mon, and then Thunderous I is his Z user, and then so is Linoon, which you saw just a second ago. And Linoon's the offensive Z user, Thunderous is the offensive and super Z user. So last week and the week before, those battles, there were some good battles for sure. Last week I played JackO. The week before I played L5. If you want to check those battles out, I'll link them both down below, hopefully, if I don't forget. So, both those battles, semis versus JackO, and then the quarterfinals, which happened prior to that, quarterfinals versus L5 will be linked down below. So, cool. Also, I'm rocking the Braviary shirt. I was gonna say go buy one yourself, because you should, but I don't think they're, open for purchase. I don't think they really were. It's just for the March Madness tournament, the one time. Anyways, so, let me get into my team and how I am approaching this game, because it was a tricky one. So, really the main threats in this team are Megalodios is terrifying. I personally think it shouldn't be allowed in League format. That's not a common belief among people now. Most people think it's fine, which, I mean, it's not, super broken. It's just, I think it's just really difficult to prep for, and I really don't enjoy prepping for it, and it's just annoying, and it's really good. But regardless, it's very good Mon. He's brought up all 11 games. I highly expect it to come. Same with Thunderous, very scary Mon. He likes to bring setup a lot, so we could see a nasty spot Thunderous, maybe an agility set. I don't think he'll be able to bring both setups for 2 reasons. 1, I don't think he'll be able to set up both, and 2, I think he needs more coverage. Thunderbolt and Hidden Ice is decent coverage for my whole team, but he can't hit my Steelix too hard, I guess. Vogue Splash. Can't hit Dragalge super hard because Hidden Ice doesn't do too much. Doesn't hit Celebi super hard, so you might want things like Dark Pulse, U-Turn, Psychic, Focus Blast as potential coverage moves. Thunderbolt and Hidden Ice really hits everything else, though. Maybe Hidden Fire for Scizor, but I don't think so. He's definitely running Hidden Ice. Maybe Incinerate for Scizor, that's possible, but I think Thunderbolt is what he's going to go with. Probably going to hold his Z-Crystal, only Thunderous there. Either Electrum Z or Psychium Z, most likely. That's what I'm thinking there. Megalodios could just be offensive with 4 attacks, maybe 3 attacks boost. All it really needs coverage-wise, I think, is Hidden Power, Fire, Surf, and Psychic. So he could Spring Ghost free and Roost, maybe Calm Mind, maybe Defog, some other support move, maybe some other coverage like Thunderbolt or Ice Beam just for good coverage. I think this Mon works best offensively. It's not going to be a great sweeper, as I do things like Hounding Belt check, but still it's annoying and it's hard to switch into comfortably, especially with that 160 special attack stat and all that coverage. Mamoswine's also a very good breaker. Just Ice and Ground that together is amazing and hard to prep for, hard to switch into. I have some things to deal with it, but I don't have a good concrete answer that's super comfortable switching into this, so that'll be scary. Decidueye is surprisingly bulky. I could see some kind of roost set, maybe some kind of Sword Stance, or I think it's or Nasty Pot set, maybe Baton Pass, something defog to support. Mienshao, he likes to bring Scarf a lot. If it comes, I highly expect Scarf. Because I've Mega Houndoom this speed if it's Scarf makes a lot of sense. Red Steely's brought a lot, so I expect it. Although I don't think it has a phenomenal matchup, but it's a decent check to Feeny. Although I do like to bring Taunt a lot, and he's brought a lot, so for that reason I expect it, and it's a good rocker. But then again, I do with my Landers T, my Mega Houndoom, which I both like to bring a lot. So I do some text to red still, but it's still pretty useful. Still can do some things. Arcanine, I think he kind of needs to bring this. He's brought it 7 times, which makes it seem like a lot, but as of late, he really has not brought it that much. He has not brought it into either of his playoff games, and I think like the last game or 2 before that, he didn't bring it, if I recall correctly. So that is the thing, but I think he's going to need to bring Arcanine because it's really his only switching all to Mega Houndoom. Because otherwise, Mega Houndoom just really tears through his team. Like, it's just such a good offensive mind in this game, and I mean, Arcanine's a good switching, but outside that, he's not switching. So getting at rocks will be very important in this game, because taking down Arcanine will allow my Mega Houndoom to be more offensively, will allow him to pressure his team more, and just be more offensively scary and offensively potent. Slowbro could be annoying and fat, and just Slowbro. Linoom is a little bit tricky. I don't expect it. He's only brought it 1 time, and I think I have some decent checks to it with stuff like Scizor, Landers T, you know, can drop its attack by 1 stage. I still have Steelix, which can check it defensively, and then I still have, like, some priority in the form of, like, Fake Out Hariyama and then, like, Bullet Punch Scizor. So, you know, he'll need, like, Extreme Speed versus me. So I think I have decent checks to Linoon to the point where I don't think it has, like, a great matchup, and he's gonna bring it. I don't really expect Linoon, but really I could see any of the other 8 coming. So a little bit tricky in terms of what I think will come, but really any of these 8 is really what I expect. Linoon, I don't think will come, but it's still scary. So let me get into my team now. So first off, we got Mega Houndoom, of course. I brought it all 12 games prior to this. I gotta bring it to the championship. Same with Feeny. I brought it all 12 games prior to bringing Feeny here. So we got Wallace and Mega Houndoom with Flamethrower, Dark Pulse, Flame Charge, and Punishment. So you know, just usual tool stab. It's everything on his team. It's great. Flame Charge is meant to boost my speed. I think his primary way of checking me will be with a Scarfer. I'm thinking Mienshao, possibly Thundurus, maybe Mamoswine. But if I can get Flame Charge off on something, especially if it's just something low, I can just get, I can just bring in Houndoom, get a little kill, and then get my +1, and then I'll be able to outspeed his entire team. Unless he brings a faster Scarfer. But I don't think he has any mounts faster than this naturally. No, he doesn't. So that's actually great. So really his only way of checking me at that point will be Extreme Speed from Arcanine if he brings that, and I guess Extreme Speed from Linoon too. But I don't expect Linoon, as I said. And then, I mean, I guess Ice Shard Mamo too, but I mean, that's not going to be doing too much damage, basically. So if I can get a Flame Charge, this could potentially be a win con and potentially sweep. Punishment is meant to help me chip down and do some nice damage to a Calm Mind Mega Latios, mainly that, as well as potentially Calm Mind normal Slowbro, not Mega, just Slowbro. That's mainly if they have a lot of Calm Minds up, then my Dark Pulses won't be doing as much. So if Punishment's doing more, then that'd be a nice little way to hit them. I'm still timid because I'm not really too concerned with the damage output from either of these moves. Punishment's just kind of in case, just if I need it. I don't really expect Calm Mind Mega Latios or Calm Mind Slowbro. I don't think either of them will come as Calm Mind, and if they do, I don't think they'll be super terrifying as a Calm Mind Sweeper. But I have Punishment if I need it, basically. I don't really need anything else in that move, so that's what that's for. The speed is for Mega Latios, or for Thundurus, obviously. It's the next fastest mon, so that's what this Mega Houndoom is. Very scary, this game. It is a big threat, and that is how I intend to use it. And I intend to use it as such. So next we got my Landers T here. Earthquake, Rock Tomb, U-Turn, and Stealth Rock. So holding a Yachi Berry, this is my primary check to the Thundurus Incarnate. This is just a good check to that. If it gets a Naspot up, I can still live a Hidden Power Ice from +2. I believe this investment is actually so I can live, these Spadef and HP, so I can live an HP Ice from Thundurus I after I take rocks if he's a +2. So that's what that's for. That's if he's no boosting item. So I expect him to be a Z Crystal, and he can't. He obviously can't go for the Z Hidden Power, so that is good. A Z Psychic I can still take too if he's a +2. I believe, right? Maybe not. Maybe not actually. I think actually Z Psychic will knock me out. Or at least it's a roll. Then with rocks, then it's guaranteed. But still, I can get Game Power Ice, and he won't know Miyachi till he sees it. Or he might, like, suspect it, but he won't have confirmation. So, Rock Tomb over Rock Slide or Stone Edge, because, well, Stone Edge will OHKO. I really don't need to OHKO that thing. Rock Tomb does, around, I think, 63 to 75, if I recall correctly, so I don't really need to bring Rock Slide and risk of missing. I mean, Rock Tomb still can miss. It's 95, not 100. Still, it's higher chance of hitting than Rock Slide. And Rock Slide, I don't know if it's guaranteed OHKO or not after rocks on Thundurus, but if there aren't rocks up, I don't want to have to risk that. And Rock Tomb can still 2KO him, and I will outspeed him after the drop, so that's totally fine. And I'd rather try to hit 2 Rock Tombs than 1 Stone Edge, and it's really all I need Rock Tomb for. And slowing speed in general things can be really helpful. U-Turn just good to pivot, and then Stealth Rocks are really nice. This is my best rocker this game, I think. Steelix, I try to bring those a little awkward, and Celebi, I don't have room for, and I think Landorus doesn't really need another move. Stealth Rocks just fit perfectly on the set. So the speed is for something with Arcanine, I think. Maybe Decidueye. It was if Decidueye is like creeping, I think Jolly Max means Scizor, and that's what my Lander is creeping here, so that is cool. Next we got my Scizor here holding Insect Plate, Bullet Punch, U-Turn, Toxic, and Bug Bite, so not too complicated of a spread. I think it's just a bit of defense. I don't think there's anything specific in mind with this. Originally I wanted to be really bulky, to take like 2 hits from a Mamoswine, like a Jolly non-boosting Mamoswine, like the Scarf Set, or some other physical hit, but this is just a bit of bulk, while still having an odd HP set, just with rocks, and then almost max attack. So U-Turn's just nice to pivot. Bug Bite allows me to hit hard, and allows me to pressure these Slowbro. That's one big thing, because I can't really hit Slowbro super hard outside of Scizor. I mean, I have Houndoom, which can pressure it, but if it has a Calm Mind or 2 up, I'm not doing that much. I think if it gets up 1 Calm Mind, if it's like Spadef and it has that 1 Calm Mind, then I don't do it. If it's like Face Up, I think it needs 2, but still I can get up those 2 Calm Minds, and then my Mega Houndoom won't be able to 2-kill him. And then I also have my Celebi, which can hit it pretty hard, but my Celebi is a special attacker, so you know, same deal there with the Calm Mind. So Scizor can pressure the Slowbro there, which is really nice. Toxic is really nice for the incoming Arcanine, which is a very likely switch into this, which will help me Toxic and weaken that for my Mega Houndoom. So that's basically the idea there. Yeah, so dual bug moves, which is why I have the Insect Plate to boost that, and Bullet Punch just good priority to hit things like Omega Latios, things like Mamoswine, just hit everything. It's really nice to hit faster stuff. So next we got Hariyama, holding the leftovers, which is kind of weird, but it makes a lot of sense with chipping stuff down with Toxic, which I also have on this, and then Fake Out, which can allow me to get some chip damage on my opponent and get some chip health back on me. So Fake Out just meant, as I said, you know, just some more priorities to get some chip on things, basically, like Thundurus, like Mega Latios, stuff that's faster than me. Toxic is meant mainly for the Slowbro, because this can force in the Slowbro pretty likely, so that's what that's for. And I can also maybe Toxic Arcanine with this too, which, you know, so hopefully one of these two can Toxic Arcanine. That's the plan there, basically. Then Close Combat is good stab to hit most stuff on his team. Ice Punch is what I went with in the last move there. I was really debating between Ice Punch and Knockoff, but I figured, I think Thundurus is a bigger immediate threat than Slowbro, and I think I'm more for Slowbro. So I think I'm just going to run Ice Punch, because I want to be able to hit Thundurus and don't want him to find the opportunity to set up on me. Especially if he's double dance, maybe that could be even more terrifying. I want Hariyama to be able to take a hit and hit it back hard with an Ice Punch. So that is the idea there. Knockoff could help me versus the Slowbro, but as I said, I think I have other options for Slowbro, and I think Ice Punch is better overall for what I need for this team. So that's the idea there. The bulk is... Sorry, let me think. What can I remember? I think so I can... I think from Mamoswine, I think. Sorry, I built this team about a week ago. It wasn't too long ago, but still, I should have wrote this down. I think the bulk was so I can take, I want to say like 2 Life Orb Earthquakes from a Jolly Mamoswine after, 2 Life Orb Earthquakes from a Jolly Mamoswine, including my leftovers. I believe that's what it's for. It might be including a Fake Out too, which allows me to get more lefties. I think that's what it's for. He doesn't have too many other physical attackers, I don't think. Yeah, no, it's probably, yeah, it was for that. Maybe so Arcanine can't kill me with anything. That was also possible. I think it was for Mamoswine. Sorry, I don't sound super confident. I should write notes. I used to. I don't anymore. That's my Hariyama. Pretty bulky on the physical side. So nice check to the Arcanine, which I kind of need, because, you know, Houndoom can force them that as well as Scizor, and they can pressure it on the switch, but I need something to be able to deal with it comfortably. And while I do with Feeny, I don't want Feeny getting too chip down and too pressured. So this is another alternative check. I'm thick fat to me to take Fire hits better, as well as Ice hits from Mamoswine, so that's the idea there. I'm still pretty hard, even though I'm not super invested EV-wise in my attack. I'm still adamant and still hit very hard, so that's great. So next we got my Tapu Fini with Moonblast Surf, and then the classic Taunt Madness combo, holding lefties there. Really fast Fini just to creep his Mamoswine, so I can switch him that and only have to take 1 Earthquake, and I can just Surf and knock him out, or almost knock him out. It does a lot. I think after Rocks it's guaranteed Doko, or close to that. A Moonblast Surf, just good dual stab, really all I need versus this team. I considered Ice Beam for Decidueye, but I ended up opting out in the end, because I think Nature's Madness is better, and it's just better overall, allows me to get half in the Ridge Steel. You know, same thing with Slowbro, and same thing with the Decidueye, and then I can taunt them, stop Slowbro and Decidueye from healing, and Ridge Steel I can stop from getting rocks. So that's the idea there. I forget what the 16, I forget what this exact bulk was for. I don't know if this had any specific idea there. I think the 36 special attack was for something. It's not too much investment either way, so it's not too important, but I can't think of what it was. So lastly, I think it was maybe so I could Oko, swine after rocks with the surf, I think. Maybe. I think. That sounds right. And then lastly, we got my Selby here, another Yachty user with Energy Ball, Shadow Ball, Psychic, and U-Turn. So, enough speed so I can outspeed Arcanine if it's creeping. No, what is it for? Arcanine if it's creeping my Feeny, I think. Yeah, if his Arcanine is creeping. If his Arcanine, or I mean Arcanine, or I guess anything else that creeps Feeny, probably Arcanine is creeping my Feeny, creeping his, it's fine. Then Celebi's creeping that. And I think it's all the speed I'll need. I don't think Arcanine's gonna go super fast. I think I should be able to speed Arcanine. That's really what this speed is meant for. Then just a little bit of bulk and max special attack and modest. So Energy Ball, Shadow Ball, Psychic, and U-Turn. Already read that off. But this is just really nice coverage, and U-Turn just allows me to pivot. Psychic and Energy Ball just good stab. Allows me to hit Slowbro. Allows me to hit Arcanine for decent damage with the Psychic. Allows me to hit Mamoswine. All that good stuff. Psychic does a good chunk in Thunderous. Shadow Ball is meant for decent coverage for the Mega Latios, really. I think it's really all it's for. I guess Slowbro too, but I have Stab for that. And then, oh yeah, also it's the Decidueye for more damage than Psychic, so that's the plan there with Celebi. Just a good offensive mount, good pivot, while still being bulky and still being able to dish out some solid damage here. So, this was a relatively long team builder, but I mean, this was a championship game, so that makes sense, I think. I've done longer team builders before. I've done team builders almost double this length, so, it is what it is, but this is a team here. I'm just going to briefly go over it. So, we got bulky pivot Celebi, we got our Tapu Fini, just bulky and fast, and it is a taunty boy, as Shoddy would say. You got a fake out, Hariyama, just a good utility mon, and just good bulky, offense mon. You got my Scizor, another pivot here, just bulky offense. Got my Landorus, another bulky offense, has a lot of bulk but has speed, has offense. Another pivot, 3 U-turns here, I think is really nice for this matchup. Then has rocks, and Mega Houndoom, just offensive, fast, hits hard, boom. So that's the idea there with the team, and I'm going to get into the battle in just a second here. The finals of the CPC D-League, here we go. This is what the season has built up to. I've gone 10-2 thus far. It's been a good season, but, if I lose here, then, it'll still be a good season and be a good run, but I obviously want to win, and this will be my first real championship. I've won the NFE All-Season League and the MPL before, but that's just the All-Season League. It doesn't really mean too much, and I won by hacks, but whatever. So this would be a big game to win here. But this was a very good one. That's all I'm gonna preface this game by saying. But let's just look at his team and what he brought. He brings the Mamoswine, Slowbro, Registeel, Arcanine, Thundersai, and Mega Latios. So, pretty expected team and nothing too shocking. No Decidueye, no Mienshao. I was a little shocked about that, but it's alright. Brings Arcanine as I thought he would have to. Brings Registeel, so probably rocks on that. Brings Slowbro, bulky, annoying Mamoswine. Probably just offensive, good wall breaker with Life Orb. Mega Latios could just be offensive 4 attacks, maybe 3 attacks and Roost or something. And Thunderous probably set up, probably win con. So that's what I'm thinking there. My team Mega Houndoom, Landorus T, Scizor, Hariyama, Tapu Fini, and Celebi. So let's get into it. My lead was Hariyama. It's a pretty nice lead versus 5 of his 6 mons. This is the 1 non. It's really not a good lead versus. Even if you lead Slowbro, I can still just Toxic that turn 1. And this is still, I'm okay with this lead. I can still click Fake Out turn 1, get really just free damage, and see if he stays in, which most likely will. So he can Mega and stay in. I click Fake Out to a solid 15%. So this shows that he is offensive. He does not have much bulk. I think it's probably just almost max speed, enough speed to creep my Mismagius, and then max special attack, and then like 40 HP. I think he can still carry. So not a lot of bulk, which is good to know. So very good chance he's just offensive. Could be 4 attacks or just 3 attacks and some support move. So probably not a Calm Mind sweeper, I'm thinking, but that was good knowledge to get there. So I'm just going to go right in my Celebi here to take the incoming Psychic, probably. I could have gone into Feeny or into Houndoom, but in one of my mocks, or I think the only mock actually, I was in the same scenario with Hariyama versus Latios turn 1, and I faked out, and then turn 2 I went and did my Houndoom, which, yeah, my opponent clicked Surf then and just knocked out my Houndoom, so I didn't want that same thing to happen. I thought Surf was a very viable play at that point, so I didn't want the same thing to happen, and I could have gone into Feeny, but if he clicks Psychic, that still does a good chunk, and I want Feeny getting super weakened early, and I mean, I can take 2, but I just don't want Feeny getting super low. It would get under half, so that would be annoying and bad. So I go right into my Celebi, which is able to chew the Thunderbolt, so he's most likely predicting the Feeny there. So it's alright. It doesn't do much, so good to know. Looks like he's offensive based on the spread there. So I'm just going to click U-turn here, as it's just a nice play. If he switches, that is good. If he stays, then I can still get off decent damage and scout what he does. So he's going to stay in and click Ice Beam, which will break my Yachi, but I get some more knowledge on the set, and I click U-turn, and I do a good chunk. So again, shows he's not very bulky, and that damage, yeah, again, shows he's offensive. So seeing that he is Thunderbolt and Ice Beam is interesting. So this means he only has 2 more moves, obviously. So I'm expecting just 2 more coverage moves. I really don't think he's going to be able to run any support, considering he's carrying that coverage, which is kind of specific for some mods. Like Ice Beam really is just for Lando and Celebi, and Thunderbolt really just for Feeny. So I'm thinking he's not going to run any support moves. I'm thinking just 2 more attack moves. So I thought he'd bring these 3 moves, and he can't bring all 3 of them anymore because we know he has 2 other moves. I thought he'd bring Psychic, Hidden Power Fire, and Surf. Maybe Dragon Balls over that Surf slot, but he doesn't really need Dragon Balls for anything else, and Surf just hits Mega Houndoom, which Dragon Balls would anyways. Surf does more. So I thought he'd bring a Surf, Hidden Power Fire, and Psychic, but him having those 2 moves means he can only have 2 of those 3. So I'm really not sure which 2 of those 3 he selected, but that means something on my team will be able to really take hits pretty comfortably from this Mega Latios. If he opted for Hidden Power Fire and Psychic, then my Mega Houndoom is a pretty nice switch in. If he opted for Hidden Power Fire and Surf, then my Hariyama won't be taking too much damage from anything. And if he opted for Surf and Psychic, then my Scizor can take any 1 hit and be pretty comfortable because it won't be getting bopped by a Hidden Power Fire. So I'm just going to click Dark Balls right here. I know these switch new Arcanine is pretty obvious, but I just want to scout the set to see exactly what the spread is here. So I'm just going to Mega click Dark Pulse here, as this thing is fully spit out. So, and he's lefty. So good to note though, because this means that he does not have much or any speed, because it looks fully spit out. So that is good to have the knowledge now. And I'm just going to go right into my Landers, I believe, because this should be pretty safe switching and a pretty good opportunity to actually get at my rocks. As he's just going to go right for the close combat, which makes sense because, you know, he's a normal Houndoom. And I take not much at all, so this is a pretty free switching. And I'm just going to click rocks here. He could potentially have Hidden Power Ice. I do my Yachi in case I don't want it to get blown, in case, because I would like to keep it for Thundurus, but he does make the switch out into Slowbro, which makes sense. That's probably a smart play. I don't think he's running Hidden Power Ice, but it is possible. So I just click rocks here, as you saw. So I'm just going to get off a free U-turn. I considered just going for a dry switch to bluff that I'm Scarfed, and I wanted to do that, but I think just getting off the damage and scouting the Slowbro set is worth it, and he could potentially switch here too. So U-turn, I think, is a better play. I know it shows that I'm not Scarfed, but I think the damage is worth the knowledge I'm giving him. Maybe in hindsight it wasn't, because bluffing him Scarf could actually be really helpful, potentially. But I'm just going to go for the U-turn here. So that's how I'm playing it. I'm not trying to bluff the Scarf. I'm just going to bring in my Tapu Fini, which is very safe switching, as he clicks Scald, or no, Signal Beam, predicting my Celebi. So that was actually a crit. Didn't really matter. He did like 3% more, so not a big deal at all. I chew the Signal Beam, so that's kind of good, because it means, well, he's less other moves, obviously, so I'm thinking maybe just Signal Beam, then Dual Stab and Slack Off, so probably not Calm Mind. I don't think he's going to have the coverage to be able to run 2 other, I don't think he's going to have enough coverage with Signal Beam plus probably one of the stabs, and then Slack Off and Calm Mind, so I don't think it's a Calm Mind Slowbro, which is good to know. So I'm just going to click Moonblast, right? I think Moonblast? No, that's what I'm going to say Madness. Click Madness right here, do a solid half, and he clicks Seismic Toss, so Seismic Toss, so it's definitely not a Calm Mind set at this point, so that's good. Seismic Toss did a fair chunk, but that's okay, as I still got off a good chunk in Slowbro. He's going to get some health back from regen, but that's okay. He's still not super healthy, as he brings in Reggie here on my taunt. I didn't want him to slack off there, so I just taunted him. So it means no rocks right now for Reggie, which is very good for me. I don't want rocks up, so I'm just going to click Madness. Pretty safe. I do a solid half. He clicks Seismic, which it does a good chunk. My Fini's getting somewhat low, but I'm just going to write in my Hariyama right here, as he goes for another Seismic, which I thought he would. So here, I'm pretty healthy, and also Hariyama has a high HP set, so Seismic really does not do much at all. With my lefties, that did almost nothing, so that's great. So here, this is a kind of tough scenario, kind of tough situation here, because I wanted to click Close Combat in case he wanted to stay in and just sacrifice his Reggie, try to get at rocks, which is a very, very possible play. But the play into Slowbro also made a lot of sense, so I wanted to just Toxic, and originally I clicked Toxic, but then I actually canceled. And I'm actually going to go right in my Mega Houndoom, which is a pretty safe play, as it works really it works versus either play that he's going to make by either staying in or going into Slowbro, so it's a pretty safe play either way. And as I'd actually kind of wish that he went right into Houndoom, instead of switching to Hariyama at all, because Houndoom, same scenario, could have just switched into Red Steel and just pressured him. So, Arcanine is still relatively healthy. I mean, there are rocks up, but a Flamethrower plus a Dark Pulse won't kill. And I could click Dark Pulse here, but I don't want him getting off more damage on me, and I'm just going to click Flamethrower right here and just try to knock out the Red Steel. He could be Akaberry, because we've not seen lefties yet. He could be like a Figgy Berry or something too. So, he could also be Shuka, not really sure. I just click Flamethrower, it's not Aka, and he plops. So, Mega Houndoom gets its first kill of the game and draws the first blood in the championship here. So, in comes the Mamoswine, which I thought he was going to bring it. So, Mamoswine can live in one hit for me, and I don't have a great switch in. I could maybe go into Hariyama. If I'm really ballsy, go into Lando, predicting the Earthquake, which he's going to click here, but then still, if he's not Scarf, which I don't think he will be, then, you know, he can just hit me with an Ice Hit the following turn. And that will, I think I can take anyone Ice Hit, especially after the Intimidate, but I don't want to be that low on Lando. So, I could also maybe go into Celebi on the Earthquake, but no, then he can just click Ice Shard. So, I'm just going to stay in with Houndoom, get off the damage, and get the knowledge here, as Flamethrower will still do around like 60, 70% around there. So they'll still do a lot, and then if he's Life Orb, then he'll take more after that. So it'll be a low Mamoswine, so I'm okay with that. I'm just going to click Flamethrower here, as he's actually Scarfed, and Aspita knocks me out. So, it really sucks that I lost Houndoom there, because that was my my only mon actually to outspeed the Mega Latios, only mon to outspeed the Thundurus, and that is pretty unfortunate, but I got the knowledge, and I need to use that. I need to use that knowledge now, because I know he's Scarfed, and it's guaranteed he would not have outspeed Mega Houndoom, otherwise he's Scarfed. So, that's good to know, because this means he's going to be either locked into Earthquake or locked into an Ice move. So I need to use that. I have Celebi and I have Lando to pivot around the Earthquakes. Celebi's getting low, but I'm going to bring in Celebi here because I can take the Earthquake here if he decides to go for that. But there's no way he stays in. I'm just going to like U-turn here, picking the switch as he does switch into Arcanine, which makes a lot of sense. U-turn does like nothing, but that's fine. I pivot out. So there's no way he stays in, because Mamoswine's actually still really good in the game, and he couldn't sack it off there. So I bring in my Hariyama here. I'm thinking this is a very free Toxic, and I'm just going to go for that as he goes right into Slowbro, which is perfect for me. I wanted to Toxic this thing, and that is exactly what I just did, so perfect. So, I think I actually just... No, okay, never mind. I was thinking later in the game. So going to Celebi here, I thought there was a decent chance he might just click Seismic, which would have knocked me out. He actually just slapped off, which is fine. I guess just scouting for the knockoff or for anything else data. So that is totally fine with me. I'm just going to click Shadow Ball right here. This is a pretty safe play. If he stayed in, I still get off a good amount of damage. I know we can knock me out with the Seismic Toss, but I'm fine sacking off Celebi at this point. If he goes into anything else, anything can take a Shadow Ball, but I'll still get good chip on Thundurus. After the rocks, will knock out the Mega Latios, and then Arcanine is in a range where a Shadow Ball plus a Psychic will knock that out. So I was fine if he went to Arcanine, as he actually goes right into Mega Latios, which is perfect, because this Shadow Ball is actually going to knock him out, and that is amazing for me, because Mega Latios was such a big threat this game, especially after my Mega Houndoom went down. So that is just one huge threat out of the way, and whew, that was great. So Celebi, that was actually his first kill of the season, but Celebi, that was huge. So in comes Thundurus, as I thought it would. I'm just going to stay in it and click Psychic and not allow him to set up for free. I can get off good damage here. He's just going to knock me out with Empire Ice, which makes sense. That's fine. I'm going to bring in my Lando. I waited a little bit to click this. I knew this was my play, but I just wanted to make him think and not immediately say, hey, I'm Yachi. Because if I brought it in immediately, that's just going to yell, yeah, I'm Yachi. But I kind of acted like I was thinking here and took a bit of time. So but that's just one thing I just wanted to say. Because like, it's not live, so we don't see... so you guys don't really see exactly how the battle went down, at least in terms of the time in the middle of turn, so just some more thought live, so I just wanted to explain that. So here we go. So I have my Lando here, he has Thundurus. I know there's a pretty good chance he switches, but he might think that I'm bluffing Yachi, and might just want to click Empire Ice, in which case I think it kills here. So I'm just going to click Rock Tomb. I know he can go right into Mamo, but I can still get off good damage on that, and I'm fine with that. I could have predicted that, but if he stayed in and clicked Empire Ice and I click like U-turn, then I'm actually kind of screwed, because I don't do much to Thundurus at all, and I don't have my answer in the back for Thundurus. So I'm gonna bring in my Hariyama on the Earthquake. I thought he might Earthquake. There's a pretty good chance he would, but I didn't want to leave him Lando. I needed healthy. So if he was Jolly, I think I was guaranteed to actually live the Earthquake after my lefties, or at least after the lefties with another Fake Out. But if he was adamant, then it was a roll. He actually got a max roll there, or near max roll, which kind of sucks, because now I think even after the next Fake Out, I will have like a very low chance of living the next hit. I'm just going to go right for Fake Out, as he does go right into Slowbro, which makes sense. That's fine though. So I'm getting off chip. I don't have anything to hit the Slowbro much harder. I'm going to actually just stay in and click Ice Punch right here, because I figure there's a small chance he might predict me to go and do Feeny and actually make a double right out and make Thunderous himself. I thought that was a possible play, but I was more so just kind of sacking off on Hariyama just to get damage off on the slow route and keep this thing low. So he clicks Scald and thankfully no burn, so I'm actually here going to switch into my Feeny, as I think there's no way he's going to go into Thunderous now, because I've shown I'm just sacking off Hariyama, and I'm just going to click Ice Punch again. That's what I want him to think, so I think there's no way he goes in Thunderous now, so I'm actually just going to go into the Feeny on the Scald, which is a pretty safe play here, as he does Scald again, which does not much, and then I'll still be fairly healthy after that lefties here. So I'm going to click Moonblast here. I think I had a shot to knock him out, but he needed like an almost max roll, so yeah, can't really complain. That's alright. He clicks Seismic, gets off more damage, and then he plops to the poison. Plops, drops, and the same thing there. So in comes Thunderous. Same thing as earlier. I don't want to get a free opportunity to set up. I'm just going to sack off Feeny here in case he wants to try to set up. I'm going to click Moonblast. It wouldn't quite knock him out, but get him really low to where Fake Out or Bullet Punch would knock him out. As he just clicks Psychic here, and gets one to Lando. Crit didn't matter. So we are at a 3-3 game right here. This is a close one. So here, I'm taking rocks. Yeah. So here, I know the same scenario. This is the same scenario we were in before, and I could just click Rock Tomb right here. I know his Mammo will live another Rock Tomb. I'm thinking it's likely there's a decent chance he might switch into Mammo here, but he might predict me to predict that and go for a U-turn or maybe Earthquake predicting that. So I think I'm just gonna click Rock Tomb here and make the play for what this Lando was designed to do, which is check the Thunderous. I'm just gonna click Rock Tomb here. I don't want to over-predict here, and I think Rock Tomb is my play. He might potentially try to call my bluff or go for Empire Ice. Might go for a Psychium Z, which I can actually live at this point still. So I'm just gonna go for another Rock Tomb. Could be a little risky, because if he goes in Mammo here, then when I come back in on Rocks later, I actually might be in range of Psychium Z knocking me out. But I'm still, I think Rock Tomb's my player, basically. That's what I'm saying. As he does stay in and clicks the Psychic Z move, and I live it. I go for the Rock Tomb, and I knock him out. So there's no chance of the Shattered Psyche knocking me out. By the way, that was no roll. I think he got like a max roll, or near a max roll. I think it actually was a max roll, if I recall correctly, but I don't know. So I lived that, and it knocked him out, and that was great. So in comes Mamswine. I'm just going to stay in. I died to Rocks, no point switching. I'm going to force him to lock himself into the Ice move. So yeah, so down goes Lando. So 2v2. So after bringing Scissor here, because I could bring in Hariyama and click Fake Out, but then I actually can't live another hit, so there's really no point going into Hari. And here, I think he'll sack off his Mamoswine. I could click U-turn predicting him to go into Arcanine, but I don't think he's going to, because if I U-turn on a switch, I think he basically just loses. So I think he's just going to stay in and sack off Mammo. I'm just going to Bullet Punch right here, and I think, let's see, Arcanine was at 57, so after Rocks, we at 22. I think actually Bullet Punch might have 2KO'd, so he's the lefties. No, there's the Intimidates, maybe not, but I think Bullet Punch might have had a chance to 2KO the Arcanine either way, so that was also kind of in play. So I'm just going to click Bullet Punch, though, not going to try to predict him, because I think Bullet Punch is the best play, and I knock him out, so that's great. So here, I'm still in a bit of a pickle, though, because my Hariyama is at 22, so it'll take 6 from the rocks, but I have 6, I'll take 6 from the rocks and get 6 back from the lefties. So those will cancel out if I can bring it in on, like, during a turn and not sack off Scizor and then bring it in, because let's say I sack off Scizor here like I want to, he's probably going to click Morning Sun. If he clicks Flare Blitz here, then he knocks me out, and I don't think he'll go down yet, although he might, but if he doesn't, he'll be very low to the point where I can just bring in Hari, click Fake Out, and I'll win. Although actually, I guess, never mind, it would, yeah, he would be low enough to where Fake Out would knock him out. So if he clicks Flare Blitz here, then he just loses. So I think he has to click Morning Sun right here. So I'm going to use this as my chance to go right into Hariyama. So let me actually explain some damage calcs because on Hariyama, because they're actually very important right now. So if Flare Blitz did, I think 17 max, Sam Thick Fat, and the Close Combat did, I think, like 23 to 27. So right now, so I'm actually going to go right into Hariyama on the Morning Sun, as I think he has to click Morning Sun right here, else he loses, as he does. So that is big. So I get lefties go right back to where it was, 23. So my play right here is click Fake Out, 1,000,000%, because that will allow me to get the lefties back, which puts me at 29, which means I can live in one hit. So that is perfect. Now, so if he clicks Flare Blitz here, which I think he will, then I can live that, and he'll take some damage, not too much, but he'll take some. Then I can click close combat, and he'll be low. If he clicks close combat himself, then he will actually get the -1 defense, and that means my close combat can actually just knock him out, and I will just win. So I have to click close combat here. I think it's definitely my play. He could have potentially Morning Sun predicting that, but I don't think that was his best play, because if he clicks Blitz right here, and I'm not Thick Fat, which he doesn't have confirmation on that yet, he probably suspects it, but it could be Guts, I could even be Sheer Force. Other than, no, he wouldn't know, I think, from the damage, that I'm not Sheer Force, but still, he doesn't have confirmation. If I am not Thick Fat, he actually just wins by clicking Blitz twice. So, I'm going to click CC right here, as he does click Blitz, not CC, so, if he clicks CC, I would just win, but he clicks Blitz, I live, and that, my CC does a lot, so, he gets some lefties back, and he's at 16. So, my play right here is just sack off Hari. We're in the same situation as the last turn, so if he clicks Flare Blitz, he'll still take, I'm at -1, so he can definitely knock me out, but he'll still take, I think around 7% from the recoil. So he'll be at around 9, and lefties been at around 15, 16. So then my Scissors Bullet Punch, I'm not Bandit, I'm Insect Plate, if you call for my team builder. Insect Plate, so, but I'm in like 244 attacks, pretty much max. So, my Bullet Punch, non-intimidated Bullet Punch, will knock him out, even after those lefties. Because it does, I think, 16 minimum, so, or 16.7 minimum, if I recall. So, that will knock him out. If you click CC here, then, he won't take the damage, but he'll be at 22% after the lefties, but he'll be at minus defense, and then VP will still knock him out. So, I'm just going to click CC right here. Even if it clicks Morning Sun, my CC does more than his Morning Sun, so that's fine. So, I should be in a position to win right here. So he clicks Blitz, knocks me out, takes 7 from that, then gets 6 back. So he's at 15. So I bring my Scizor. I have to click Bullet Punch right here. Extreme Speed does not knock me out, doesn't get close. Bullet Punch will out-prioritize him, so I have to click Bullet Punch, and it should knock him out. It should. He seems to be max F. The roll is like 16.7 minimum. Bullet Punch knocks him out, right? And it does! And we win! And oh my god, this was such a close game. Towards the end, when I realized I don't know if I have a way to check and beat this Arcanine still, really after Feeny went down, I was scared, but I was able to make that switch into Hariyama on his Morning Sun, get me the lefties back to where he needed to be, and then I was able to fake out and then get more lefties to where I can live it, and he hit, and that was big. Now I could have actually used that turn with Scizor, and I was like, maybe that was my play because that allows me to get a little more chip on the Arcanine. So I think that was actually my play. He clicks Blitz and he just knocks me out, and he would lose there. Or I think he dies to Flare Blitz from hitting Scizor. If not, fake out knocks him out. So I think U-turn might have been my play, because I don't think he really clicks Blitz for Morning Sun there. So, you know, either way that works out. But if I click U-turn, so that was probably my play in hindsight. That wasn't doing too much to Arcanine anyways. So that could have potentially hurt me, but I knew what I needed to do to win there, basically. So we take that home in a very close 1-0. Scizor picks up the final kill. I had 2 kills this game. And oh my god, this is such a game. It was also a very long game. Mayo was taking quite a bit of time in the middle of his turns, which like I was okay with. Like I understand, he was thinking, he was running calcs, he was doing a lot of stuff. People in the chat were getting kind of mad. I was okay with it. It's a championship game, so like I understood, and I want him to be putting the thought he thinks he should be putting in to each turn, which is, you know, it's reasonable. I'm okay with him taking his time. They did take a while though, so the battle was like almost an hour and a half, I think. So even though it wasn't too many turns, it's still just a lot of time in between turns, and a lot of thinking, and a lot of, like, all that thinking, all that time made it even more pressurous, and so that's not a word, I think. It made it, I felt more pressure, and, but I was able to pull it out, basically. That's what I'm getting to. It's a very, very close game, very good game to Mayo, GG though, bro. Good freaking game. So, we won the D-League, so that is exciting. It's my first league championship, my first real one, so that is awesome. I really love this draft. Top Fini is a cool mod. Mega Hounded is so underrated, so good. I think it ended up with 23 kills, I think 23 total in the 13 games I played. I brought up all 13, but still 23 kills, it's insane. Top Fini got, I think, 17 or so, something around there. So Fini got a lot too. It was a good season, boys. I'm not sure if I'll be in the CPC main league next season. I might be getting a spot, and I'm not certain if I'll be available then. I think I will be. Major PL is starting in like late March, early April. NPL is starting actually within, NPL draft is actually happening next Saturday. This will, I think, go up today. So NPL draft happens a week from tomorrow. So NPL starts soon. But then towards the end of that, Major PL will be happening, and then possibly CPC after the MPL. Major PL will still be going on then. So I think CPC is going to be around May. But yeah, that's a rundown of that. I might make a video talking about more league stuff in general in the season. I don't know. But thank you guys that watch this video, and thank you guys that watch me this season. I really appreciate the support and the help. And Braviaries, we won championship. So excited. We went 11-2 this season. And it was a fun season. This draft was just so much fun. I really loved it. So again, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next time, probably with my NPL draft analysis. But yeah, see you guys.